Siren Head, Multi-Head. Multi-Headed Siren Head may be the worst of all the siren heads. Each of its heads can produce a different siren call with different effects. It can also alter and adjust its body as needed. It's also the most demonic looking, with the sirens on Multi-Head's body each ending in a mouth. Multi-Headed Siren is the reason the agency was caught so off guard by the giant incident. Along with sabotaging our internal network, it completely compromised a full base, preventing the early warning vital to halting large-scale events like the giant. It is because of this creature that the agency is still playing catch-up to all the aftershocks of the giant's arrival. Unlike black, it is not merely black in colour. It is the true black that does not reflect light but absorbs it, turning it into a living shadow. Multi-Head uses this effect to its advantage by moving from shadow to shadow. When it speaks with all the voices the listener has ever heard in their lives. Sometimes the noise is loud enough to make a person's head explode. Multi-Head's only reaction is to laugh maliciously and eat the meal presented to it. Those who aren't immediately killed by its voice can fall under its control. Those bound to Multi-Head will follow every command it gives them, without pause and without question. Sometimes they'll remember the encounter and be forced to watch themselves obey, like prisoners trapped in their own bodies. Other times, Multi-Head will erase their memory of the encounter. This causes the person to behave subconsciously, like a living robot. Either way, the orders are usually fatal. Examples might include drink the bleach, drive the car in the wrong lane, or even grab that cop's gun. Now for all those who don't die or fall under Multi-Head's control from hearing its gestalt voice, these survivors are the ones who become infected. The voices trigger something in the victim, causing their body to distort, twisting and turning as its shape changes. Until what remains is another Siren Head, one that usually takes its cues from the Multi-Head in causing death, destruction, and chaos. In fact, Multi-Head may be the origin of all Siren Heads. It is so different from the brown Siren Head encountered before the giant incident. Its obviously mutated features are always present. Unlike other Siren Heads, Multi-Head doesn't rely on disguise. It prefers to simply stay hidden. How does the agency know about Multi-Headed Siren Head? It was discovered in Southern California by Senior Agent Jersey at the Los Angeles Public Library. Jersey was in the city, investigating a new flaw that had been discovered under the ground floor of the library itself, one that had been uncovered by a recent earthquake. Stuff like that is always dangerous, as those books can contain information that is hazardous if it falls into the wrong hands. Jersey had done this many times before. Gain entry, go through all the books discovered, destroy those that pose too great a risk, and take custody of those that are safe to remove. Jersey had apparently used up all his luck, because the basement played host to Multi-Head. The earthquake had awoken it from a forced hibernation. Seeing the senior agent sneaking around, the creature was quick to speak. Before Jersey could react, he was already under Multi-Head's control. It probably would have been better for him had he died. It was just fortunate that he didn't turn into a Siren Head himself. That would have been much worse. As it was, Multi-Head now had access to a senior agent, and it used its new acquisition to great effect, interrogating him and ferreting out every secret that Jersey possessed. And Jersey knew a lot. Policies, protocols, safe houses, locations of creatures and items. Really bad information to have fall into the wrong hands. Combine that with whatever taboo knowledge Multi-Head was trapped with. Right after Jersey shared all he knew, Multi-Head gave Jersey a series of commands, one of which caused the man to pass out. When Jersey woke up, he had no memory of Multi-Head, and he assumed that everything was normal in the library. A quick scan of his surroundings confirmed this. The only books there were only old fiction and reference books. Jersey didn't see the pile of smoking ashes in the corner. Happy to report completion of another easy job, he got into his car and made his way to the nearby agency base so he could deliver the good news that the library was all clear, nothing of note. Jersey didn't notice the creature in the back seat of his truck. He didn't notice it emerge when he arrived at the base and stealthily follow him to his meeting with his superior officer, the branch director. Senior Agent Jersey put in for some personal time. He was worn out from a lot of missions recently and needed some downtime. Jersey ignored the director being spoken to and controlled. Before he left for home, he needed to go through his team's roster. He had some agents needing vacation time too. Might as well assign them some easy gigs. Something inside Jersey's mind screamed. There, easy work for stressed out agents, the best of the batch. Jersey felt liquid on his face and noticed that his nose was bleeding pretty heavily. It was a normal thing after all. Everything was okay. Jersey ignored the ringing alarms and the gunshots. It was time to do something important, right? Something that Jersey had to do before he could rest. He stumbled out of his office. Man, when did he get so tired? There were a lot of other sleepy people on the ground too. That was normal though. Agents worked hard and just needed to take a break. Jersey ignored the bodies on the floor and the siren broadcasting on the intercoms. Right, he still had 1 or 2 more things to take care of before he could rest. What was he supposed to do? Right, he remembered. Jersey went to his terminal and, using his authority as a senior agent, he sent an all-clear signal to the rest of the agency. The California branch was just doing a drill. That done, he shut down the computer and headed to the roof. There was something there, staring into the distance. Jersey didn't know how to describe it, but it was important that he be here in order to rest. He saw the creature inhale, then the loudest voice he had ever heard rang through his head, and Jersey knew that he could finally rest and start his vacation. He didn't even notice himself falling down. As Jersey's eyes closed, he heard 3 other sirens in the distance, answering Multi-Head's call. And somewhere, in the middle of the 4 screams, something woke up.